Good afternoon. My name is Rennie, and I'll be performing your examination today. So, to get started, I'll just take some basic information from you, okay? Okay. So, can you tell me your full name? Okay. How do you spell that? And can I get your date of birth, please? And is this your first time visiting us here? Okay. So what exactly is it that brings you in today? So you've been experiencing some itchiness on your scalp. You're concerned whether it could be lice or whether it's something else. Okay. Have you ever had lice before? No. Okay. So have you actually seen any lice in your hair? You're not sure. Okay. So we'll just do a full scalp inspection and we'll find out what the problem is, okay? All right, so I'm just going to put some gloves on to get started. Okay, so to start out to get a good look at exactly what's going on, I'm just going to move your hair around with my hands to look at your scalp and see if I see anything, okay? All right, so I'll just get started with that. So I do see, I don't see lice. I do see some little pieces of like little white flakes, whether they are nits or whether they are just dandruff. We'll find out. Sometimes it's hard to tell. So I'm going to go in with another tool that will help me determine what exactly is going on. So with this tool, I'll be able to part your hair with this end here, and then with the fine-tooth comb, I'll be able to take out any of those little white dots and then look at them a little bit more closely, see whatever they are. So we're gonna find out whether you are in fact a lice landlord and whether you now have a whole new lease on lice, or if you have a whole new leash on lice, then you might be more like a lice walker. But I don't know really if lice really walk on a leash. It might be hard to get lice to walk on a leash, but I know that I don't have any. I have a cat. As you can actually see, because I'm in my at-home shop, he assists me, so he's just going to, depending on whether you do have lice or whatever else you did that's wrong, he's going to silently judge you from over my shoulder. But speaking of getting animals to walk on a leash, when I used to have to travel with my cat on a plane at the TSA check, they require you to take the cat out of the carrier so that they can swab your hands for any powder indicating that you may be trying to store a bomb in your cat or something. And so I thought he's gonna get scared if he's out there with all those people. He gets scared really easily. So I thought I want to put him just on a leash so that when I have to take him out at TSA and I'm holding my shoes and my bag and all my belongings and him, that he doesn't, if he tries to run, he'll be on a leash. So I used a harness and I put him on a leash. This woman, though, that I encountered at TSA, she saw him sitting on the floor, frozen, with the harness around him and me holding the leash. And she said, "Oh my God, how do you get your cat to walk on a leash? How do you get a cat to walk on a leash?" And I was like, well, first I chased him around the house and wrestled him into a harness and then attached a leash to it. And then there you go. Get on with the scalp inspection? Okay, well, sorry. I digress. I went off on a bit of a tangent there. So, I'm just going to first just part your hair with this end, okay? So I'm going to do that now. And I promise I won't tell you any more stories. I won't. Okay. So let me see. Okay. So I'm just going to use the fine-toothed comb and okay, so I've gotten on my comb some of those little flakes. I'm just gonna take a closer look here. Okay, let me see. I've become really good at identifying the difference, but I have to look very closely. Okay, so it looks like it's not nits or any lice in your hair. It looks like it's just some dandruff, and that can be the reason why you've been having some itching. I do see when I was parting your hair apart that there's sort of a buildup of some dandruff. It's just dry skin and also left behind hair product. So do you use a lot of hair products? Okay, and do you make sure that you wash them out fully? Okay. So it's a combination of just some dead skin and some products, and we can just sort of scratch that off to remove the dryness, anything that's clogging up your pores or your follicles there, and then I can give some treatments that will help with the dryness and the itching. So, but first I'm gonna just scratch off some of the dandruff. So I do have this tool here. It's one of these tools that's meant for removing blackheads, but it's just really just need any type of metal tool that will just scratch the surface of the scalp. So I use it for this purpose. It actually works really well. So I'm going to scratch off some of that dandruff, and you can just let me know whether you're experiencing any discomfort. It should mostly really just be like a scratching of your scalp. It shouldn't be painful. It's just skin that's already dead on the surface that I'd be taking off, okay? So, but just keep me posted. actually going to stand up for this just to get a better look at the back of your head and the sides. So hold on. Really big piece. It's a really big piece right here. Just see if I can get it off. But like I said, let me know if there's any pain. That off here. Getting this big piece on the back of your head. Continue to move the hair around and check every little place. So I have missed one little spot, so I'm gonna just take care of that right now. And how are you doing? Is there any discomfort still from the areas that I scratched? Okay, good. So I've been able to remove all of the dandruff, all the dry skin, and all the built up hair product on your hair. your scalp looks fine, other than that. So I'm gonna give you some treatments that will help with the itchiness. I'm gonna take my gloves off since you don't have any lice and I didn't see any signs of infection or anything like that. But my hands are clean, so I'm gonna just take off the gloves to apply the treatments to your scalp. Okay, so the first scalp treatment that I have is just a moisturizer. So this will just help moisturize the skin and help with the dryness that is already existent. It'll prevent this dryness, or rather alleviate this dryness, I should say. Okay. It's a little greasy, but it won't leave your hair too oily. And of course it'll wash out, but it will really help with the dryness around the scalp. Sorry. The next treatment is more of a preventative measure. It prevents your scalp getting dry in the future. It's a foam that will just sort of sink into the follicles there and help prevent this problem in the future. So I've got it right here. So I do have a towel here just to wipe off any excess of either of the products that I just put in your hair, so that you're not don't have too much wetness. I'm just gonna dry off any of the excess with this towel. And finally, since doing all of what I've just done has sort of made your hair become a little disheveled, I'll just brush it out for you, just as a courtesy, so that I can get out any of the knots that I may have caused or any disorderliness in your hair. it's looking much better already. All right. So thank you for coming in today. I'm glad that I was able to assist you. And if you ever have a problem like this in the future, you can certainly feel free to contact us. All right. Have a great day.